a wild flight for everyone, but especially for a new mom. Earlier this week, a United Airlines flight from Ghana to D.C. landed with one passenger more than they had at takeoff. A pregnant woman went into labor mid-flight, and fortunately, there was a doctor on board, and one of the flight attendants was a trained nurse. So you see baby right there. But you know, it begs the question, on this international flight with a U.S. plane, what's the citizenship of the baby? Let's verify.
So the question is, can being born mid-flight impact a baby's citizenship? Our sources here: the U.S. Code of Law and the U.S. State Department's Foreign Affairs Manual. So the Foreign Affairs Manual says, quote, all children born in and subject at the time of birth to the jurisdiction of the United States acquire U.S. citizenship. So what's considered a birth in the U.S.? Well, other than the obvious one on U.S. soil, the manual says this also counts. Birth on a ship within a U.S. port, harbor, or bay, possibly a birth within the U.S. territorial sea, and possibly a birth on an aircraft over U.S. land or its territorial sea. By the way, the territorial sea is the waters within 12 nautical miles of the coastline.
Now, you probably noticed for some of those I said possibly, and that's because there could be some exceptions, like, for example, those born on a foreign military craft within those boundaries, or folks born outside of those boundaries but have one or both parents with citizenship.
So we can verify, yes, being born mid-flight can impact a baby's citizenship. And there are several other impacting factors, like where the birth happened, the owner of the vessel, and the status of the parents.
So as we kind of illustrated, it can be a little bit complicated. Given all that information, we actually wouldn't be able to tell what this baby's citizenship is just based on the information we have from this story. We don't have all the specifics, but we can tell you, upon landing, U.S. Customs and Border Protection would need documentation of the birth, including possibly a captain's log with the time, latitude, and longitude of the birth.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. The parents would then have to report the birth to the U.S. authorities where they landed. Just kind of make sure mind wander to all the possibilities. And we'll remind you, of course, at home, if you have a claim that you'd like our team to dig into, to verify, please reach out. You can email us at the address on your screen.
Maybe getting off to a well-traveled start.